let me move on to Matt here.
Thank you, Pat. Had the U.S. been tracking Prigozhin's movements lately, and can you confirm whether or not he was in Africa earlier this week?
Thanks, Matt. I'm just not going to get into intelligence.
Okay. Secondly, while you can't confirm intentionality that this was a deliberate assassination, can you say whether or not the U.S. had assessed that such an untimely demise was likely to be in the cards for Mr. Prigozhin?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question, and I'm going to resist the temptation to provide my personal opinion on it. Again, though, I'm just not going to be able to go into intelligence. Thank you. Let me take a call from the phone here, and then we'll come back in the room. Howard Altman, Warzone.
Hey, thanks, Pat. I want to drill down a little bit on the F-16 pilot training. The danger of providing training to more seasoned pilots, in UK, it's more like lieutenants who haven't flown much. Can you say what level of experience the pilots who are going to be coming to the U.S. will have? What's your anticipation of that?
Yeah, thanks, Howard. So part of this training will be assessing the individual pilot's skill level, which will help to determine how long that training will last. Your basic new F-16 pilot with not a lot of training on the U.S. side, that training typically lasts about 8 months. For a pilot that's experienced, that you're doing upgrade training, for example, that can range within the 5-month range. So a lot is going to depend on those individual pilots and the assessment in terms of where they're at in that process. I will highlight that some of you have asked, why does it take so long to train an F-16 pilot, and what takes so much time when it comes to providing this capability? Just broadly speaking, your average F-16 pilot that goes from basic flying training or undergraduate pilot training into fighter training, there's a series of essentially courses that you're going to have to go through. You're going to have to go through Introduction to Fighter Fundamentals, where they're going to teach you formation flying, basic fighter maneuvers, weapons employment, and this is going to help you transition from being a basic pilot mindset to a fighter pilot mindset. There's going to be some type of ground training involved. You've all seen the images of people going through a centrifuge training to learn how to cope with G-forces. There will be additional training on air combat maneuvering, tactical intercepts, close air support, suppression of enemy air defenses, and then all of that leading up to your mission qualification training, which then allows your instructor to certify that you're combat ready. So those are the kinds of things that go into training a fighter pilot. Oh, by the way, this is a high performance aircraft with a significant logistics and maintenance tail. So training all of those maintainers on how to maintain this aircraft so that it can stay in the air, training the ground support, air traffic controllers, the fuelers, the communications associated with that. All of that is entailed in maintaining this platform. So hopefully that gives you some insight.